At under $700, this phone has a premium feel, but you're occasionally reminded of its premium price. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something really exciting for you, the Poco F7 Ultra. Poco has been making waves in the smartphone world with their flagship models, and the F7 Ultra promises to take things to the next level. So let's dive in and see what makes this device special. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a tech review from us. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about design. The Poco F7 Ultra brings an elegant yet modern look with a stunning 6.8-inch AMOLED display that's perfect for binge-watching, gaming, or even just scrolling through your social media. The display offers vibrant colors, deep blacks, and great brightness, making it a joy to use both indoors and outdoors. The Xiaomi spin-off's latest mid-range phone. With a starting price of $649, it stands out beyond its appearance. It packs a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, a 5,300 mAh battery, and a triple rear camera system that serves up Instagram-worthy pictures. The specs alone are enough to make a statement, and that 8 Elite chip in particular places the F7 Ultra in the same camp as more premium phones like the Samsung Galaxy S25 series, the OnePlus 13 and the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. But can the F7 Ultra match what those pricier devices bring to the table? Or is the lower cost accompanied by glaring compromises? I used the F7 Ultra for a couple of weeks to see how it delivers in the real world, beyond bikini bottom, that is. I photographed friends and flowers, streamed TV shows, and even used the reverse wireless charging capability to keep my iPhone alive while out and about, making this phone a dependable and visually striking companion. Poco F7 Ultra build and display. Overall, the Poco F7 Ultra is a sleek phone, with curved edges, an edge-to-edge display and smooth finishings. It felt like the perfect size in my hand, comparable to, though slightly smaller than, my iPhone 16 Pro Max. The F7 Ultra has a 6.67-inch 120Hz AMOLED display, with a peak brightness of 3,200 nits. That places it above the iPhone 16's 2000 nits peak brightness and the Samsung Galaxy S25's 2600 nits, but under the OnePlus 13's 4500 nits. Indoors, the vibrancy of the Poco and Samsung displays are comparable, but stepping out in the bright sunlight, the F7 Ultra does brighten up the most. The F7 Ultra, like its flagship counterparts, has an always-on display, so you can easily steal a glance at the time or notifications. What I'm especially pleased with is how thin the F7 Ultra's bezels are, making streaming and scrolling through social media immersive and enjoyable. Colors and videos are more subdued than they are on my iPhone or Galaxy phone, giving a cooler, less rich tone to objects and faces. But sharpness is intact. The F7 Ultra weighs 212 grams, which makes it a tad heavy but also gives it a more premium, substantial feel. For comparison, the F7 Ultra is about the same weight as the OnePlus 13, but lighter than the Galaxy S25 Ultra and iPhone 16 Pro Max. The glass back cover and metal sides have a satisfying matte finish, making the phone easy to grip. The camera module, which is encircled by an aluminum ring, sticks out from the back but isn't obnoxiously obtrusive, and as a result only adds minimal wobbliness when the phone is laying caseless on a table. The Poco Shield glass on the front of the phone is the toughest screen protector on a Poco device, according to the company. It feels durable enough as I tap and push down on the display, and I thankfully haven't had the opportunity to test how well it handles a drop. But I did have it tossing around my backpack without a case or screen protector for days, and it has yet to reveal any scratches. The F7 Ultra has an IP68 rating for dust and water resistance, also something I haven't had the pleasure of accidentally testing just yet. Along with my banana yellow model, the Poco F7 Ultra also comes in a more subdued black. Personally, that's the version I would choose, but if you like to be bolder, yellow might be a good fit for you. Poco F7 Ultra battery and performance. The F7 Ultra's biggest flex may be its Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, giving it impressive power for its price. That chip has brought noteworthy performance gains to other phones including the Galaxy S25 lineup, the OnePlus 13 and the Oppo Find N5, which cost significantly more than the F7 Ultra. Swiping through apps on the F7 Ultra feels nice and smooth, and the ultrasonic in-display fingerprint sensor is similarly fluid to unlock, without any noticeable lag. Launching the camera is almost immediate, though there's a slight lag when streaming videos and changing from landscape to portrait mode, and vice versa. It also takes a moment for picture-in-picture to kick in when swiping out of YouTube or Netflix, for example. Otherwise, multitasking is smooth. The F7 Ultra's other big flex is its 5,300 mAh battery, paired with 120-watt ultra-fast charging and 50-watt wireless charging. The phone will easily last you a day on a single charge, with some battery to spare. Reverse wireless charging is a huge perk I've tapped into when needing to add some juice to my other phones when out and about, mobile reporter problems. In a 45-minute endurance test, which involves a combination of streaming, scrolling through social media, joining a video call and playing games, the battery dropped from full to 97%, placing it on par with the OnePlus 13R in that same test, which is the best result we've had this year. In a separate 3-hour streaming test, in which I played a YouTube video in full screen mode at full brightness over Wi-Fi, the battery dropped from 100% to 87%. And in a charging test, the F7 Ultra went from 0% to a whopping 90% in 30 minutes, and reached a full charge in just over 35 minutes. The Poco F7 Ultra runs Android 15. You can get 12GB RAM and 256GB of internal storage for $649, or 16GB of RAM with 512GB of storage for $699. Poco F7 Ultra camera. And now, onto one of the most important features for many phone buyers. The camera. The Poco F7 Ultra has a 50-megapixel main camera, 50-megapixel 2.5x telephoto camera and 32-megapixel ultra-wide camera, along with a 32-megapixel front camera. In general, the F7 Ultra softens colors for a smoother, more toned-down appearance. This portrait mode shot of my friend Dana is a good example. There's a general beige overtone playing off of her outfit, giving the photo a more subtle look overall. I like how crisp she is in the foreground, and how the background gently takes on a bokeh effect. Selfies give off that same soft, toned-down appearance in colors, but offer a flattering smoothness in exchange. That's also true of selfies taken in portrait mode, which similarly does a good job keeping the subject in focus. I prefer images where colors pop a bit more, and thankfully there are examples of the F7 Ultra tapping into that too, particularly outdoors. This photo of a bird bath depicts punchier hues in the variation of the stone, the bright pinks of the petals and the vibrant greenery in the background. The petals on the white flowers in particular do appear a bit blurred as they kind of wash into each other. Both otherwise, there's a crispness to the stone and brickwork. The F7 Ultra's 5x zoom does a commendable job maintaining sharpness and focus. In this image of tulips, you can see minuscule details like the thin lines in each individual petal. The colors here are especially bold, with the trade-off being harsher shadows in the background, but I suppose you've got to pick your poison. There are moments the F7 Ultra's camera struggles, like this shot in the bright sunlight of the early afternoon, which is far too washed out. Thankfully, this was an outlier. I was especially impressed with nighttime shots. This image of a Turkish lamp taken in near darkness is still crisp and clear, and maintains the color variation in its design. An AI eraser can help clear away photobombers with a couple taps, but it isn't perfect. Most AI erasers aren't. It also takes a few seconds for the eraser to do its job, and after choosing the Remove People option in this photo, the area where the now gone people were standing is blurry. The remnants of a tote bag also remain, which I needed to go back and remove with the manual erase option. Altogether, most of these photos are social media worthy, which to me is high praise. Who should buy the Poco F7 Ultra? The Poco F7 Ultra is a solid phone for its price point, packing notable processing power, wickedly fast charging and a premium overall feel, features that help it stand out from similarly priced phones like the Samsung Galaxy S24 FE and the OnePlus 13R. There are slight compromises when it comes to display sharpness, general lag and some camera capabilities, but the pros heavily outweigh any cons. And speaking of weighing, I do wish this phone were a little lighter, but that's by no means a deal breaker. If you're on the hunt for a phone that isn't going to break the bank but also checks the biggest boxes related to power, battery life and camera, the Poco F7 Ultra is an appealing and potentially eye-catching choice. So, what do you think of the Poco F7 Ultra? Would you pick one up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more tech content, and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.